Well, hi there, Scorpio. Welcome to Pirate Readings. I'm Lady J, and I'm here to talk to you about October. We're going to have 5 weeks in October, and I'm doing a totally different spread. So it's going to be super interesting, and I hope that you like it. It is loosely based on the houses of an astrology chart, and it'll have the 12 houses, and we're going to do where you are, what's blocking, what your solution is, only using the tarot. So the overview is going to be all 5 weeks. We're going to use one deck per week, and it'll become much clearer once I get going here. But I also wanted to thank you so much for all your likes, shares, and subscribes. It helps the channel and really helps things keep going. I appreciate you so much. I have such a little tiny baby channel that every little bit helps, and I really, really appreciate every one of you. My goal is to help you be prepared for what's coming up next week. So let's get into it. All right. I have 5 decks, one for each week, all right? They're all pre-programmed for you, so we're just going to go ahead and lay them out and get going on the overview for you, all right? So while I do this, I'm going to share with you the messages that I received from Spirit for all 12 signs, because there's a lot going on, okay? We all need to embrace the changes that are happening around us. There's certainly a hope, a wish, a prayer that things wouldn't change so much so fast, but for some reason it's going real quick. We've been kind of bracing for it, and now we need to just jump into it and be part of it. And if we need to be a self-starter, or we need to be the one who's making the example, we want to do that. We want to step up and be the example, all right? It's going to be very cool for you. I think that you'll appreciate the opportunity to do this. We're also embracing our families or creating a family vibe, whether this is with actual family or chosen family. We definitely need to do some of those things. There's, let's see, some other opportunities. We want to all watch our finances, but we also need to stay organized in any way we can, and then like write things down so we don't forget stuff. Plus, you know, there's just so much happening that it's going to be great. If you need to let some stuff go, it's okay to do some of that purging still. All right. So let's go ahead and look into what is going on. All right. These are the cards we have for you. Yay. This deck is the Transient Light Tarot, so it has some different symbology for different things. And I really like it, and I think that you will too. When we have champions, we have apprentices. Champions are, of course, our knights. Apprentices are going to be our pages. And then we have other ones that are talking about the crown will be the king. And I think the keys, the key cards are all the queens. All right? So this is fun. I really like this deck. I will show it to you as best I can. Now, let's get into this. All right? So this area here in the reading is going to represent the self. So we are talking about who you are and what's going on in your subtext. And we'll see, this is all about just you and pretty much what's going on in your noggin. Okay, so cool. We have the 6 of Cups. The 6 of Cups is showing me that there is an opportunity for you where you feel like you want to help others, right? You want to give from your heart, okay? So this is a really nice baseline for the month, which is cool. There's going to be a want to be of assistance, help out in any way you can. Be aware of what that could mean in many different ways, and be careful what you volunteer for. We'll get more information. We're going to go in depth on this particular reading by adding 24 more cards at the end of this reading, okay? So I'm going to just kind of go a little quick here, but then we'll come back to it, okay? So the 4 of Wands is showing in the money department. So your money department, you're really getting some good ideas about how you want to create a solid foundation for yourself in your finances, okay? So this is cool. You're getting a really good idea about how you want to handle that. Nice. Your communication area, the Champion of Wands, the Knight of Wands. So you may have to fight for your ideas. while you're communicating with other people about what's going on, okay? So not everybody will get right on board. Now that you've come up with a plan, you're like, nope, not everybody's going to be excited about your plan, okay? It's fine. It's going to be what it's supposed to be, all right? Now then, we're going to go ahead and talk about the family department. All of these I'm going to probably call departments more than houses. So anyway, in the department of the family, we have the Nine of Cups. Your wishes are being fulfilled within your family sector, okay? So you're getting everything you want from your family right now. You're feeling the love is coming your way, feeling the appreciation, and I like that very much. Good for you, because yeah, that's great fun. All right, now then, we will move on to the love department. This doesn't have to be relationships. This can be things that you feel passionate about. This can be hobbies. This can be pets. This can be other areas of your life where love is truly a part of. This could be other relationships with friends that are super deep and meaningful to you, you know? So we will now look at the Page of Coins. Okay, Page of Pentacles is showing me that you are getting new information about ways to make more money that will help support what you're into here. So if you're also maybe collecting information about the cost of certain things, all right? So certain things will cost a little bit more than you thought or otherwise. That information will be coming up in this area, all right? And you're going to have to look at that information and process it and come up with a plan, all right? This card here is talking about your work health department, so your physical health and your work. So we have the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles is showing me that you are wanting more information, okay? You are collecting more information about ways to make more money, and you're also collecting new information or more information about how to take care of your health better. So this is interesting. You have an opportunity here to expand what you're doing with your physical self. It's going to be very cool, I think, for you. I keep having to read this area twice. Once for work and once for your health. But however it resonates is going to be the right way for you. Very cool. I like to think that you're getting new information about ways to take care of yourself better, all right? This card here is talking about the marriage and partnership department, okay? So this is all about relationships right here. All your relationships live right here, all right? And we have the Wheel of Fortune showing that you have a karmic lesson going on right now. So all the good things you've done and all the bad things you've done are coming to play here. So rest assured, if you're in a relationship or a marriage right now, this is a karmic relationship. This is something that's important for you to process. Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't truly have anything to do with what we're doing here. But it does say that, no, it's important whether you... it does mean that you need to see it for what it is, in that there's a lesson for you in the relationship, okay? Whether it's a good lesson or a not so good lesson, it's a lesson nonetheless, all right? I haven't lit the candle yet. What is going on here? All right. This candle here is called Love. And it has geranium and ylang in it. So that's kind of fun. And it smells good too. So I'm going to go ahead and put that back over here. Put this over here. And now we'll continue with the reading. My apologies for that. Let's move on to the Death and Release department. Please don't take that in the wrong way. It means there's things that we need to just prune off that don't matter anymore. It doesn't mean that it's bad or good or whatever. There is no worth to it. I mean, you know what I mean. I'm not putting any, yeah. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. Ta-da! No worth to it. My goodness, look at me having to eat those words. Ace of Pentacles is showing that you're going to find a way to make money off of releasing something. So you'll find something in your life that you've been wanting to release or needing to release, and you'll be able to sell it. That's very cool. I like that. It's going to be a very nice chance for you to make a little profit or maybe not profit, but profit on versus dusting the thing every day. You're going to have money instead. All right. So this card here, this area, this department is going to be all about movement and travel in your world. You're going to be getting new information coming to you about ways to be more in charge of that situation. So you are gaining some power in your movement and travel department. Very cool. The next card over represents your ambition. Okay, this is like that big old jolted cup of coffee that gets you up in the morning. Like, come on, what is making me get up in the morning today? And for you, it's the Two of Cups. Scorpio, you really like, you have a relationship situation that is pretty exciting right now, and you are indeed feeling it. And you're like, yes, I definitely want to get up in the morning to be a part of this relationship stuff. It is exciting for me. I'm ready to play. I want to get into it. Let's do this, right? So now we're going to talk about the friends department, which is about the people that your posse. This could be your work posse, your home posse, your neighborhood posse, your gym posse, right? Any group of people that you hang out with, they don't have to be family, right? And they aren't family. But this is good. These people are supporters of you in some way. And we're talking about the Ten of Wands. There's going to be something going on within one of these groups that is sort of a challenge for you. And there's part of you that's like, okay, that's very different than I expected. This group has taken a turn. They've taken a turn for I'm not doing that. So it looks like you want to take your ideas and head on now, okay? Don't be alarmed about that. It's just kind of what's happening. And there's no wrong reason, no right reason or right or wrong to it. It's just how you're feeling right now, okay? So you may give it a minute or give it a week and give them some space to work that thing out. And then you come back and find out, they've returned to normal. Excellent. Or you may come back and go, oh, it's progressed. I'm not going back. And that's okay. You don't have to go back if you don't want to. This card here is talking about the unknown, all right? This department is all about things that are unknown in our world and oftentimes I see that this card actually covers a lot of different departments at the same time. And so putting this card in one department would pull it away from being able to hit other departments. So it ends up over here, and it's cool how it turns out that it sometimes does that for some signs. Not all, but for some. We have the Devil. The Devil is here, showing there's a potential for self-sabotage this week. And of course, this is all for October or September 29th through the 5th of October. My apologies if I didn't mention that before. Ta-da! It is a little bit, it's a lot, right? So you're a potential to sabotage yourself at this time using, it could represent several areas in your world, and we will get more in-depth information about that when we come back to do the in-depth at the end, all right? So let's go ahead and move on to the 6th of October through the 12th, which is going to be this deck over here, all right? All pre-programmed and ready to go. Everything is good. So I'm going to go ahead and lay these out. They're all going to be in the same positions as we have already, where this is for like the same overview I just gave you, only for a totally different week. All right, and we'll only use one deck per week. So it's kind of neat. It gets it to have its own unique energy based on the deck as well as everything else. So I'm enjoying not cross-pollinating with many decks at this time, but having the decks do individual weeks means that they're very focused on that week. All right, so let's look at what's happening for you, Scorpio. We have the Ace of Pentacles in the self department. So it shows me that you're feeling pretty good. You're feeling pretty smart, pretty capable, pretty abundant. You're not feeling like kicked around, or one way or the other. You're feeling very kind of victorious in this moment. I like that. It's a good feeling for you, because this is the self department, and this is about how you deal with yourself. Let's move on to your money department. All right. Well, we are celebrating. We are celebrating the wins that you've put in place already. Things are going well with your finances. That's very good news. I like that very much. Do enjoy the win, and maintain an eyeball on that to make sure it keeps doing what you want it to do. All right, the communication department, we have this deck. We have the Sun, who is the Knight in this deck. So the Knight of Swords or Wands here, fighting for your ideas. Oh my goodness, we had the Knight of Wands before. This happens. This actually happens when you're deck to deck, different decks. But the Knight of Wands has shown up a second time. You're still trying to stand up for your ideas in your communications. So as things seem to be progressing, you're still needing to push to make things happen. All right? So let us go on ahead and talk about your family. What's going on with your family? Everything was going really great last week, right? And this week, you're going to be put in control or in power over some situation within the family. Okay, so partying and having a good time, feeling the love last week. Now this week they say, oh cool, now that you're feeling the love and you're feeling all good, you're in charge. Handle it. So they're going to hand you the keys to something that, or something like that. It could be a house, it could be vehicles, it could be finances, and you have to deal with it, okay? Don't be alarmed. You can handle this, all right? This is going to be all about the love department, the things that you care about the most, and how you appreciate them, and how you work with them, and how you make things happen with them. We were getting new information about how much things might cost here last week, right? And now you're going to rally the troops. You're going to get friends on board to come and help out. So it doesn't have to be what you were thinking it was going to be. It can be better. Very nice. I like that. All right. So let's talk about your work and your health. All right. We have the Ten of Wands showing me that you are wanting to take your ideas and move on forward with maybe you got new information last week. You were getting advice last week about work and about health. So ways to make more money. You want to move forward on it now. You're like, okay, Ten of Wands, I'm moving forward on the making of more money. Cool. And now with your health, you're also moving forward, okay? So if you got new advice about your health, now you're ready to go, oh, okay, I got that. I can do this. Let me try this new thing over here. So you're going to try something new that will support you and make you happy, and that's very cool. I like that. Nice. Marriage and relationships. All right. We have the High Priestess. Please trust your intuition while you're dealing with your mate. Okay? Whoever your partner is in life, you can trust your intuition. Your intuition is going to be very spot on. It's going to be very like trusting your gut. If you're feeling like, oh, this is a good idea or this is a terrible idea, go with it. Okay? It knows what's happening, and your gut is trying to say, oh, wait. Oh, wait, don't go there, or please go this way. This is fun. Yay. All right, so the more you listen to it, the better things will turn out for you. All right, so let us now take a quick look at the 6th through the 12th in your death release department. Okay, this is about releasing and moving forward and getting things going in the right direction. We like it very much. We have the Ace of Cups. Huzzah! There's the gift of joy and love in this department, which is interesting. Huh. So maybe it feels like you might have been holding back on your love a little bit. Holding back your love. Not that you were like putting someone in a corner and not giving them the love they deserve. I'm just saying maybe you were afraid to proceed, and in this case, the one thing you have to do is give the love that you have and that you want to give. So that's cool. You're going to be releasing, and for some of you, this could be needing to release somebody that you thought was a great joy in your life. maybe somebody representing a great joy in your life, it turned out not to be, and so you have to let that go, all right? There could be, I'm just going to say, a profound loss for some of you, and for those of you who are suffering that profound loss, my heart goes out to you, because I know this could be a real tough time. So be aware that those are possibilities. They are not set in stone. And I'm going to move on to the next card right now. We're talking about movement and travel in your life, okay? Wheel of Fortune has shown up for you in this area, showing me that you are working a karmic thing. This is a karmic lesson for you. We gave you new information about ways to move forward, right? Now the karmic lesson is, what will you do with that information? Will you use that information? Will you not use that information? More will be revealed in the week before, but also in this week, okay? So you're making a lot of headway in some direction, all right? But we won't know until we get more cards. So we will look at that more in depth when we get there, all right? Now then, let's talk about your ambition, the thing that gets you up in the morning. What are you getting up for, Scorpio? What are you doing here? Oh, new information. Ha-ha. Yep, people are talking about you in a nice way behind the scenes to potentially give you more money, more responsibility, more good stuff. All right, so your ambition is being fed perfectly by the right information that said some people were talking about you for potentially stepping up, and you said, yay. That's very good news. Very glad to hear that, and I'm definitely glad to be up. So keep doing what you're doing so far, and we'll get more information next week, all right? So this card here is talking about your friends, the posse, your people who support you and love you no matter what. We are definitely keeping an eye on them. We have this wonderful Nine of Pentacles showing that there's an abundance, right? You have an abundance of friends and for people who care about you, okay? So your cup runneth over with friends right now. It doesn't mean that we were talking about you possibly walking away from some of them, and there is definitely a possibility of that, but you have an abundance this week, and you're not feeling like you're losing anything. If you did walk away from friends, you're still feeling pretty comfortable with what you've got, okay? You're not feeling lost or upset about that change. It was something you did for yourself because they weren't going the direction you wanted to go. So it was a healthy choice, not something you were doing and it having to be weird, you know? It was good. All right. So now we have the Devil. Oh, you got the Devil twice. What? Oh my. All right. This is the unknown department, all right? This is the area of your life that is unclear to you at this time. But as you watch each area, there might be several areas here as we go where you could sabotage yourself. Could be over here where we're looking at the work and health, or in this area over here, dealing with partnerships or release and death. So yeah, there's certainly possibilities for you to make mistakes, okay? So be aware of that and know that it's like a 2-week project where you're walking on thin ice with yourself, which is a little goofy, but I understand it and I think it's going to be okay. So let's go ahead and move on to the 13th through the 19th with this deck right here. Yes, this deck here was, of course, the Wild Unknown Tarot, right? But this one here is the Mythic Tarot, the new Mythic Tarot. Ta-da! And I'm going to lay these out right away. They are pretty great. I like them very much. Yes, most of these decks are all new to you from me. And we'll have one repeating deck over here that we'll talk about when it comes up for the second to last week. But this time we're talking about the 13th through the 19th. Well, isn't that pleasant? We have a few new cards and new places. That's good news. Aha! So let's see what kind of interesting breakthrough comes through for you from the 13th through the 19th of October. All right, Scorpio, let's look. So we're going to talk about who you are and what's going on with yourself this particular week. Uh, I realize this is a lot of information, and you can maybe have a pad and paper nearby if you want to take a few notes. But all of these will be covered again in the individual in-depth readings for each week, so you don't necessarily have to if you don't want to. All right? So, who you are and what's going on for you personally. There's part of you that's pulling away from a relationship that isn't working for you anymore. All right, we have the Eight of Cups. So you are pulling away from something, but I feel like this is individual to you, not necessarily something you're doing on the outside yet. This is you just going, that person hurts my feelings kind of often. I think I'm thinking about maybe walking further away from that person or giving them a little less space. And that's okay. Just let it be what it is. Think it through. We'll get more details soon. All right. And now we have the Chariot, showing that in the money department, you had the party going on because everything was going really well. And now we have strong movement. So you are indeed getting to move forward very quickly in a new area right here with the money. All right. There's some quick changes happening, I feel. So you want to pay attention to what those quick changes are, and that if you're working on the stock market, you're going to have to watch that ticker tape go by so that you're going to, right? Buy, sell, right? All that, you want to pay attention to the quickness, because I feel some speed happening in there. And we want to make sure that your speed is on point, okay? Don't get lost, all right? Now then, we have the Tower showing up for communication. All right, so we've been fighting for our ideas for 2 weeks now, and now we have the Tower showing me that things might be falling together for you. All right, they could also be falling apart. We're not sure yet. We'll have more clarification when we do this week in depth, but I really want you to know that you're being heard in some way, okay? That's going to get interesting. I think because of the battle lasting 2 weeks, that they're finally going to give in. That's what I'm getting right now, okay? Cool. So let's look now into the family department. And the family department is talking about the Page of Cups. There's new information coming to you about things that you love and care about within your family. So you might be learning of births or babies coming within your family. This could be, a visitation from my niece. Fabulous. Or my nephew, right? So you're going to be getting good news. This is good news from the family that fills your heart with joy and makes you want to be a part of and have that going on. It'll give you some something to look forward to, okay? This is very nice. I like that. So we're now going to talk about love, the thing that you're passionate about, that excites you and gets you going, right? Your passions, which are outside of work, health, and all the other stuff. Two of Swords. All right. So the Two of Swords shows up telling me that this particular week you're going to be a little nervous about how to proceed in this situation having to do with your personal passions, your personal life world, right? The things that you care about. This could be about how you're going to handle pet requirements or stuff like that. You're going to be a little nervous. You're like, okay, how do I handle this? Right? So just be cool. Know that it's going to work out and it'll be all right. Okay? Now then, we have the Three of Swords telling us that within the work and health department, you're going to get new information. This is good. You're going to get new information that you shouldn't share with anybody at work, okay? Whatever this is going to be very empowering information, like, oh, by the way, we're thinking about you for something else. But we want you to not tell anybody because we haven't told the other people that need to go, okay? So this is empowering information and you don't want to share it with anyone else, okay? So now then, the other thing to talk about for your health, if you do get information for your health, it will be the kind of positive information that says, oh, by the way, all the things you've been working on are working. Okay, so good for you. You're like your sugar levels are lower, or your sodium levels are lower, or your cholesterol is lower, like you had been trying to work on, and so you're having success. Good for you. I guess it sort of speaks to it's empowering. It mostly is intended to keep you on the right track that you've already created for yourself, not to slow you down or say, hey, guess what? You succeeded. You can stop now. Wait, no. This is more about continuing, okay? Now, this card here is the Seven of Cups, and we are talking about relationships and marriages and stuff like that. So the Seven of Cups is showing that, yeah, you have some really nice options happening for you in this department. That means that you have possibilities for things that you care about that are going toward your dreams and goals within the relationship. And we want you to focus in on those things and make sure that what you're focused on most is stuff that works for you, all right? And if it doesn't go towards your dreams and goals, you want to let that go. But if it does, do the things that expire first, and then move on to let the other things hang out, and you'll get back to them later, okay? Now then, let us talk about death and release, right? We have an opportunity to look at our foundation. We have the Emperor, the foundation of our house and the foundation of our home. We don't have to be letting go of things every single week. What we do need to do is be aware that there's an opportunity every single week, right? So we may be in this situation just looking at the base of our home or our business and seeing if it's good, and if it's strong, and if it's proper, we might be good, right? Not just checking it out. We want to double check and verify that our foundations are what we want them to be, all right? And if we look at them and go, oh man, there's some stuff going on there that's not good, we need to fix that, then you might want to consider fixing that, okay? Start getting into the process of making it better, all right? Cool. Let us now speak of the travel movement area, right? So when things get going, things get moving, we have to be aware. Oh, you're going to have enough money to take care of everything you want to. The Seven of Pentacles has shown up, saying, oh, you've got this. Don't worry. You've got the money. Don't worry. Everything is going to be just fine. You're like, okay, cool. What are we doing? I don't know, but it's going to be all right. Perfect. So we're moving on to the ambition department, which is that cup of coffee that gets you up in the morning. Yes, indeed. What is that thing that's getting you up in the morning this week? And it's, interestingly, we pulled the Death card, which is showing that there is something that you're going to be able to let go of. Physical stuff, a way of thinking, a relationship, or even possibly a job that is no longer working for you. You're going to be getting ready to want to let that go so you can move forward. Remember, they gave you new information, but you need to, you're mentally preparing. Maybe you're already mentally packing your boxes. And you're going to get more money when you make that move. Interesting. Fun. I like the way that turns around. Interesting. And releasing one thing, one foundation to receive another. We have the Emperor with the foundation in the death release part, and your ambition is release. Interesting. Interesting. I like the way this is coming together. You can see how they can work like this. It's very nice. All right, so we're going to talk now about your friends, the people who are hanging out with you and keeping you company and making sure everything is good. You'll need to fight for your ideas, fight for your power within the relationship at this time. So this could be super fun or kind of annoying. Pay attention to what that is. Hopefully other people will see you for who you are and understand that sometimes you kind of like to play fight. And if you're play fighting, you need to make sure you're smiling while you do it, so that everybody understands what's going on. All right, let's talk about the Four of Swords, which is the secrets department. All right, now we're talking about things that are unknown, and this is the foundation of your power. Where is your foundation in power? How is your foundation in power? Are you taking care of your foundation in power? All of these things are going to hit a couple of different places. We have here, we have here. We have a couple of different places where you need to pay attention to your foundation of power, especially here in communication with the Tower. All right. So we're going to hit those, and we're going to get more information about that. All right. So that's very cool. That was the week of the 13th through the 19th. Why don't we go ahead and get into the next week over? All right. This deck here is the Magical Nordic Tarot, right? This is the one that my sister gave me and we were using last month, and I really liked it, so I'm keeping it in. All right. Very cool. Shout out to Miss Carol. And yeah, let's get this going on for this particular week, 20th through the 26th of October. It's good. So let's see. All right. Let's go ahead and talk about where we are. Who are you right now? What's going on with yourself, right? So what's happening for you in the self department, Scorpio, is talking about you're in a new place where you want to be understood. You are with the King of Cups. This is very much being emotionally grounded, right? You're feeling emotionally grounded, very squared away with your emotions, but you're also fiddling around with them too. Your emotions are on point right now. They're like, they're there. They're playing around underneath, okay? So you're being aware of them, you're paying attention to them, and you're trying not to get too crazy with them too. So they're under there. They're doing stuff, and we will talk more about that. It's going to be great, okay? I promise you more cards are going to make a lot more difference in this. It's good. All right. So let's talk about the Five of Wands. We have the Five of Wands talking about your money, and your money is all about wanting to rally people around to get around what your plan is to do with your money, okay? You want to have a team, getting a team together to help you with your money. So that's cool. You're going to be collecting your people to make a team, all right? So now in your communication, you're definitely creating a good, solid foundation for your finance. These two things are working together. You're rallying the troops and communicating about money and the foundation of your money and how they can actually win too. So you're working on a team effort for all the people that you're communicating with to make more money for everybody and a good, strong financial foundation. Very cool. Now we have the Five of Swords. We're talking about the family department, okay? And in the family department, what we're talking about here, Scorpio, is that thing where we have to take our power back a little bit, right? So we had new information before about things that we cared about, and now we have to reclaim our power a little bit within the family, okay? So maybe they started to either take advantage or take you for granted a little bit in some area, not wanting to plant any seeds, but we're just saying, hey, check it out. You may want to step up and say, hey, I need you to hear me and understand what I'm into and why this is important, and just claim your power, right? Cool. Excellent. Or maybe they even put you off to one side and didn't consider you for something. Huh. But you like to be involved, don't you? All right. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the love department right now, the things that you care about the most, things that matter to you. This could be pets. This could be all manner of different things. We are talking about using your good judgment in what to get into and how far to go with any different thing, okay? As we go, we want to make sure that everything is coming together pretty well, all right? And who do you affect besides yourself with your judgment, okay? That's going to be important while you're dealing with this, okay? Cool. Next card over, we have the Empress, work and health. Huzzah! Very nice. You can manifest anything you want at work. Nice. So you just tell the universe what you need, and you will be, it's a wish card. Wish for it. Tell the stars what you want. What do you need? And they will get on it. All right, that's very cool. Like that. And when it comes to your physical health, um, yeah, you're gonna have to let the universe know what kind of health do you want and what are you willing to do. The stuff you need to get you there will show up automatically, but there's still some part of you that's going to have to do some stuff, okay? So you can manifest the tools, but you'll still have to do the work, all right? I don't know why that's true, but there it is. All right, excellent. There is no magical pill that will take care of your health, okay? For some of you, certainly that is actually true. It will be an actual pill that will take care of whatever's going on there. But you know what I'm talking about. For day-to-day, easy peasy health and fitness, we got to stick to it and do the stuff. All right. Now then, in marriage and partnerships, yeah, in your relationships right now, there's the gift of finance. Dun dun dun. This is awesome because it means that things are going really well. I feel like it's a gold star for you for having behaved well and having been a good person within your relationships. This is a major win within the relationship, and it's an acknowledgement, it's an appreciation, it's all the happy confetti that your partner can offer to say, hey, I dig you, you're cool, I love you, yay, let's do this, you're awesome, thanks for help, yay. So it's all those things. There's a lot of confetti involved. I do love it. It's very nice for you. All right? And it's kind of nice, you know? It's good. It's good your partner's able to see what you're bringing to the table and then acknowledge it. And that's good, right? So now we're going to go to the release area of your world for the week, okay? And what are you releasing? Last week you didn't actually have to release anything. We were just checking the perimeter of the foundations of our life and seeing what was going on there, all right? And now you're feeling pretty comfortable knowing that, okay, I saw what I saw and I'm ready to take my ideas and move on down the road, okay? So you're coming up with a big plan, and you're going to move on your big plan, okay? So that's very important to realize you are moving on with a big plan, right? The Nine of Wands shows up in the movement and travel department. Yeah, this is standing up for your ideas. Don't let anyone tell you you're not worth it. And whatever it is you've decided you should do, you should absolutely do it. Don't back down, okay? So if you've decided that yeah, just don't back down, all right? Perfect. Excellent. I love this for you. This could be at work where you're not going to back down from taking the lead on a project. Could be about this, where you're not going to back down on whatever you need to do to work on the foundation. Maybe the home's foundation needs, you just want to paint it, make it pretty. All right, well, you're not going to back down on that. And that's cool. It is what it is. You're going to do what you need to do, but you're going to stand up for yourself too. All right. So your ambition. What's getting you up in the morning? What is your cup of coffee? All right. So you have new adventures and the Ace of Wands. So a big idea. Dun, da, da, da. Yep. Right. Your big idea has got you getting up in the morning. You're excited about working it out. These could all very easily be very much associated, right? All these three could be very much associated and pushing you forward in the right direction. So good for you. Awesome. I like to see them working together like that. Oh, and we have the Five of Wands rallying the troops to work on that, on your finances. The Ten of Swords in your friends department speaks to feeling very much in charge of what's happening and how it's going to happen. Oh, but that speaks to what's happening over here. Rallying your pals to come together and creating a financial foundation. So you are in charge of that situation. Very nice. I like it very much. And I like that everybody's working together in different little packages of things. Good. All right. Now then, the final card, speaking of for this week of the 20th through the 26th of October, is talking about the unknown areas and sometimes more than one area at one time. We have temperance, harmony. We want you to remember that there's always enough, okay? The big dumb lie in the universe is that there's never enough, all right? So if we keep operating in the world of there's never enough, that's a world of lack, where we just run around trying to make things happen and push things, pushing the river, never helpful. But we want you to go with the flow, and we want you to understand that as we retrain our brains to know that there's always enough money, enough power, enough love, enough everything, enough food, enough water, everything is, there's always enough. It begins to self-perpetuate and become part of who we are as our regular daily thing, right? So this card here, talking about there's always enough, you're going to have enough of everything you need, enough money, enough power, you're going to have enough energy and stuff, and gold stars, hello, very nice, to take care of whatever it is you need to do. All right, so this is a very great week. I love this for you. Your things are coming through and working out. So I love that very much. This is super cool. All right, now then, let's talk about the final week of October, which is the 27th through November 2nd. All right, and this deck here is the Guardian of the Night from NJ Cullinane, right? So we are going to lay these beautiful cards out. They are so beautiful. She does the Crow Tarot, but this is a different one, which is super cool, and I like it very much. It has all the animals. She's got raccoons for the Three of Cups, which is hilarious. They're all drinking like they're drunken sailors, which is hilarious. All right, so let us put these aside and talk about what's happening this week, Scorpio. All right, let's begin with the self. What is going on in your inner self? And what are you dealing with between your ears? All right. Ooh, strength. Strength. You are building up personal strength. You're working through old demons, like old tapes when people told you that maybe you weren't worthy, or maybe you shouldn't do that, or maybe they didn't think you'd amount to much, which are terrible tapes. And we have them. We all have them. We have little things telling us, oh, you're not worthy. And it's a bunch of bullshit, okay? So we want you to remember that you are so worthy and that you belong here. You need to do something here, and we want you to be here to do that something, all right? You're a beautiful person, Scorpio. Stick with us, and we will get through this, okay? So work through that thing. If you need to punch that guy in the face who told you all that stuff, do it in a meditation, and it's perfectly fine, okay? Don't do it in person. That's too much, all right? And terrible karma. But here we go. We're going to talk now about the 27th through November 2nd, and we're talking about your money right now. We have the King of Cups. Bum, 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 bum. Some emotionally based male energy is coming towards you for this big money situation you were working on. All this month you've been working on things. You got your group together, and now you're working towards this situation, and you have maybe this King of Cups as your leader in the process of handling the finances. Interesting choice to have a leader who's emotionally based, but maybe it's you, and we know that's you from last week, right? Boop, right there. Okay, so let's talk about your communication situation. Your communication is shut down. We have the Hermit showing me that I'm done. I'm all done talking about it. I don't want to talk this week, okay? So you've got your stuff that you're in charge of over here, but you're not going to talk about it right now. You are shut down. Be aware that that can cause some snafus within the relationships and all the different things and all the areas of your life that you're working. But I understand the want, the need, and the dream of not having to be 150% on point all the time. I get it. So we'll now talk about the family department. Two of Swords. There's some fear going on. Something has come up within the family where you're feeling a little nervous. You're feeling uncertain of the outcome, not sure how to proceed. And we want you to just sort of stay the course and don't be afraid, okay? Because whatever you're thinking is wrong, it's not. It's going to be all right. You just have to step through this doorway. Most of the fear is in your head, and you don't need to worry, okay? Relax. Now then, we'll talk about the love department. And in the love department, we're just talking about the things that we feel most passionate about, right? We have the King of Swords. The King of Swords is here showing us that there's somebody who's particular about how they like things done. This could be you in this area. You were using your good judgment last week, right? And now you're stepping into a place of wanting it to be a certain way, a very particular way. This could be you, but it could also be somebody else in the mix. And as you deal with somebody else in the mix who's like this, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to do what you want and have a good time doing it. So unless you get on board with that and you really like that style of intensity, which is everything is exactly like this, right? And if you like that, that's great, and that will make for a good party. If you and the other person are on the same page and you both like things being exactly like this, no problems. But if it's not that way, kind of iffy, right? All right, so let's talk about work and possibly your health at the same time. Three of Pentacles. Very nice. We have the Three of Pentacles showing that there is new opportunity for you to advance at work. So there's possibilities for you to jump up another rung, or at least rumors of the possibility. So keep that in mind. And or maybe it's a whole nother job offer coming your way from somewhere else, like a headhunter situation or somebody coming around going, hey, don't you think you would want to work over here instead? And, you know, look at what's going on. Take down the information and figure out what it is and do what you need to do, okay? Now, if it's to do with your health is talking about how, yeah, this is going to be some good stuff. I feel like the information coming to you about your health will be beneficial and help you move forward and continue on moving forward. It's a verification that you're on the right track. We actually had this card before, didn't we? We had the Three of Swords. That was empowering. And we had the Five of Pentacles. All right. Nope. This is all about you getting new, encouraging information that is helping you move forward or continue on with what you're doing. So we had some of that with the Three of Swords. Now with the Three of Pentacles, it's a big win. And you are in a position to, and some of you will be getting news that you have good coverage and that your medical is covering whatever you need here, okay? So very good. Love that for you. Let's talk now about the Three of Cups, which is in the marriage and relationship department. All right. Excellent. The Three of Cups. There's a party. Pure joy. Happiness and excitement are happening here. So even as you watch the raccoons, you guys are going to have a good time, all right? You and your partner are going to have a good time. Whatever's going on this week, do make time to be together and have that good time, because you don't want to miss this one. It's going to be epic, all right? So let's talk now about our release and death card here, okay? This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is a lady who's very much so interested in getting a good bargain. She wants to be taken care of. She wants her money to go as far as she possibly can. And so she's really stepping up to say, hey, I know you have this big idea about how you want to do this thing over here. I want to make sure you're getting a good bargain, okay? So whoever she is, let her help, okay? If she wants to help you get a good bargain on what you have to do and what you have to let go of and what you have to work on, that's a good thing. We want her to help. She will help you not have to pay out the nose, even if you have to have things towed away. She wants to make sure you're getting what you deserve, all right? Cool. Now then, we're going to talk about movement and travel, all right? So we have the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is here showing me that, yeah, we had the Nine of Wands last week, which you needed to stand up for yourself. Now you can move, okay? Get on with it. Let's do it. Let's move forward on this idea, or this trip, or this, yeah, we're plotting, we're planning, we're making things happen. Yay. Very nice. You worked for it. Now this card is the ambition. We're talking about that thing that gets you up in the morning. Okay, it's the cup of coffee, right? That cup of coffee. It's the Fool. Absolutely fabulous. So you had the Ace of Wands, a big idea. Now you have the Fool. You are jumping into something brand new. Very cool. So you are able to move forward easily and without a lot of extra thought. You're going to jump into it, okay? So very cool. I like it for you. It speaks to the amount of movement that you have going on. Very nice. And I still see somebody trying to help make sure you're getting the money out of it that you need, all right? So now we have the Star card showing up in your friends department. Your posse is telling you the hard work is over, okay? We did all that stuff last week, okay? Cool. Chill out, bro. We got this. It's cool. And you're like, okay, cool, perfect, love that. And you are, and you do, okay? You have it, you figured it out. King of Cups, you don't have to communicate about it anymore. You're doing this, and that's okay. You don't have to worry about your friends right now. They're taking good care of themselves, and it's awesome, all right? Now in the unknown department, we have the Sun, all right? There's an area this week where there's several areas where you may not have all the answers, and you're going to have to like ask those questions and be open to the possibilities that you don't have the answers that you would hope for, okay? So whether it's with your beautiful person that you're with, or if it's something to do with your health and you need more questions answered, do it. But be open to asking those questions. I know that means communication has to come out. But there will be other areas where you need to step up and ask those questions and get those things answered, okay? That's a good thing, all right? So I'm going to go ahead and set this card down here, and we are going to do a fun thing. Watch me do my thing. Ta-da! See? Check it out. Everything's all cleaned up, and we're ready to go in deep on this very first week from September 29th through October 5th. And I'm going to return to this deck, the Transient Light Tarot, and we are going to go ahead and do 2 more rounds, all right? So yeah, that was very fun. I do hope that you'll appreciate how this is going. This deck has a couple of extra cards representing past, present, and future. And when they show up in different areas, it changes the meaning of the situation, and I think it's kind of neato. I think that you'll like it. It's kind of groovy. So, yay. Let us move to the next batch. So that second row is what's blocking you for each of those areas. And of course, this last batch of cards represents what's your solution for these areas, all right? And this is all for this 1 week, right? So we have a lot of areas to look at and a lot of possibilities, but I think you're really going to appreciate the information. At least I hope you do. And of course, if you haven't liked and subscribed, but and this resonates with you in a really special way, then please let me know. I would love to hear about it. All right. So Scorpio, let's talk about it. We are talking about who you are this particular week, what's going on in the back of your head, okay? Wanting to give from your heart. The Six of Cups is here. We definitely want you to give from your heart. There's something about that is going to be very helpful to you. Number one, there's the release of something, but at the same time, coming from your heart center is nice. We like that. It's something that you really want to do, all right? We have the Hanged One, which is the Hanged Man. We're talking about how something within you has an idea of how you want things to go, and you're like, if it's not going the way I want it to, I might have a freak out. So we do need to be aware that there's potential for things to not go according to plan, and if we can let that part of ourselves just relax a little bit, it will help a lot, because we get kind of caught up in things being a certain way, right? And if they aren't, then it makes us crazy a little bit. So it's so funny, from down here, it looks like a cupcake. But when you look at it up close, it's actually the Five of Swords. So, fun. So the Five of Swords is telling me that you very much want to take your power back in a situation, which makes a lot of sense because you have an idea of how you want things to go, and you want to make sure you can control that. So there's a little part of you, Scorpio, that's like, okay, I want to give from my heart, but I want to know I want to do it exactly my way, and I want to be in control of all of it. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and look at your money department, all right? Because I know this is just how you feel, right? This is how you feel this week. You want to be in control of whatever you're dealing with and whatever you're giving away and how you're giving it away. Haha. So now we have the Four of Wands, which is showing me that the foundation of your ideas is definitely going to be on point, right? You were paying attention and you're looking at your money and you're wanting to make your money work for you. So you've been looking at the foundation of how you're handling it and you're thinking about it, okay? So you've got an idea, things are going really well. Oh, yes, the you're working at it. You're going to have, let me try this one more time. Haha. You want to give from your heart, right? Excellent, very good. But then the thing that's blocking you is that you're hung up on things and how you do it. You're like, I have rules about how I give from my heart, okay? But you just need to claim your power and do it the best you can from how you want to do it, okay? Cool. Be the guy in charge of that situation and you will be okay. Now then, we'll look one more time at your money department, where you are. You have a strong foundation of ideas in what you're working on and how you're doing it. Very nice. I like that with your money. Your money is safe. Your money is secure. You're doing... This reading and layout is new for me too, okay? That's why I had to start again. Okay. The Eight of Coins, the Eight of Pentacles is showing me that where you're blocked is working for your money right this second. So it's not like you can actually make the money right this second. It's getting close, but it's not quite yet, okay? So you can't physically do anything to make this happen, but you can share your ideas with other people. So you're getting ready to share your ideas with other people since you can't actually make it happen on your own, okay? Cool. Six of Wands. Now then, we'll move over to the communication department where you are fighting for your ideas. Fighting for your ideas. Fighting to be heard. Listen to me. I have an idea. Cool, cool, cool. So you're trying to share your ideas and get things going on, right? Rustling, shaking the trees. Come on, guys. Let's do this. The Three of Wands. Not really remembering past experiences right now, okay? So that's a blockage to how you're communicating. So maybe you've reverted back to old ways of communicating that maybe didn't work so well. Be careful, okay? Be careful. Maybe you're getting a little pushy or a little aggro, as one might say. Be careful, all right? The answer in this situation is the Six of Pentacles, showing that you have enough money to take care of what you need to take care of. And yes, you're in a position to maybe help another out if you want to, but maybe you'll front a little cash for somebody else to get in on this with you, and it'll be earmarked, and then they'll pay you back once it doubles or whatever, and then they give you back your money. Interesting. So keep aware of what you're fighting for, what your ideas that you're fighting for, and what you're willing to do to get it. Because remember, over here, you're like, I'm going to do something. Okay, whether you're on it or not. Don't get hung up. Don't let yourself get hung up, okay? The hang-ups will stop you, wanting it to be a certain way. Okay, now we're talking about family. And your family loves you very much. This is the Nine of Cups. You're having a really nice time. Things are going really well with your family. You're feeling really good and loved and accepted by your family. This is good stuff. We enjoy that. Interestingly, with your family, the thing that's blocking you is staying in the present. So maybe they're future tripping, hopefully, fingers crossed, but it feels more like they're probably somewhere in the past. But it could be that you're hanging out with like cousins, and this is some family from the past that you haven't seen in a while, right? So you're checking out, you're hanging out in the past a little bit because uh, that's the fun place. Remember when we were 10, we were doing all that fun stuff? That's the fun stuff, and that's what you want to remember and stick to, okay? Because that's pretty cool. That is the fun, fun, fun stuff, all right? And of course, the Keeper of Wands. This is the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is here saying, there's a very understanding, easygoing, down-to-earth lady in the mix on this situation. She's helping you enjoy the situation. She is a feature within the family right now. This could be a mom, this could be an aunt, this could be a sister, but this is a person who is bringing home the good vibes, the good juice, the good joy of about being with your family and making it all very good for you, okay? Good for you, Scorpio. Very nice. I like that. All right. But trying to be in the present right now isn't going to get you where you want to go. So don't bother with it. It's a conversation that's happy. All right. Good. So we are now talking about the love department. We were talking about how there is information about ways and means to make more money coming through in your love department. Isn't it funny how one of your private passions is becoming a potential place to make money? Be careful. It can ruin the fun of doing what you do and doing what you love. So we want to make sure that we're not ruining it for ourselves. Paying attention to what's happening. All right. This is what's blocking you in the love department. It's the Four of Swords. Trying to stay in control of every little thing is going to be really difficult right now, okay? So you cannot control every little thing, and maybe you don't want to control this particular thing. Maybe you don't even want to be a part of this particular thing, making money off of the thing that you love the most. You just want to make the thing that you love the most and have a good time. It's cool. It's good. You'll be all right. We have the Ten of Pentacles showing up, showing that there's a good, huge family money involved in this situation that you care so much about. This thing that you love so much about. It could very much have to do with I'm getting that it might have to do with a house. It might have to do with some other stuff that you really do care about, okay? Maybe you like rehabbing houses and stuff like that, only to find out that everybody's thinking about ways that you can sell that house and do that thing. You won't be in charge of that part, okay? It looks like you're going to step away from that part, being in control of it, or it will block you to try and be a part of it. But when you do let somebody else handle that part, you're like, hey, I'm going to go do the part of it that I like. I like doing renovations, so I'm going to go do renovations. Cool. Now I'll let somebody else do the rest, which is sell the house after I've done that. Cool. Then you don't have to worry about that part. All right. So let's go ahead and talk about your work and health. All right. You got new information coming in, which is super cool. Actually, you're asking for information about ways and means to do things at work that will help your finances. All right. So you're looking for financial information, ways to. Wait a minute. This is very much about getting advice. That's it. You need advice at work. All right. So you want to get some advice at work to help you move forward with making more money. The King of Pentacles is going to block you. So there's going to be somebody who's very much about the money, who likes to get good bargains, likes to keep things on the up and up. He's going to be not very much a fan of you moving up at work. So he's going to try and block you and get in your way. That's annoying. Sorry about that. But there will be a doorway that opens for you. It might even be a doorway that leads away from him, which would be cool. But do know that even as you ask for advice, a doorway presents, all right? Even if he tries to get in the way, it's not going to work, all right? So now let's talk about these three cards with relation to your health. You're getting advice about how to take better care of yourself or to proceed in a new way and take care of yourself, like to fix that health situation. It's going to be okay. Cool. There is this gentleman all about the finances who is going to be saying, sorry, I don't know if your insurance is going to cover that. Oh yeah, so that'll be super fun having somebody do that. It's a downer, right? A real downer. But don't freak out, because we have the Two of Wands showing that you have a new opportunity, a new door that will open for you with relation to ways to manifest this information without having it cost a lot of money. Maybe you'll say, oh, you want me to have like a scooter, well, for my broken leg. Well, that's cool, but I can't afford the scooter and my insurance doesn't cover the scooter. And then you go online and you find out somebody has a scooter they're trying to get rid of for $50. Boom! Right? So you have good solutions and doors are opening for you. Once you've learned what you need, you find out you're not covered, and then you find quick and easy fixes for yourself. Okay? I like that. Okay, well, let's talk about your relationships and your marriage. All right. We have the Wheel of Fortune. You have karmic lessons coming through for you. Maybe you're repeating, find yourself in a feeling like you're repeating a cycle for yourself within a relationship that hasn't got to do with the fact that you're repeating the cycle, or you're repeating it because you need to fix it. You need to do something different than you have in the past, all right? So sometimes when you get the Wheel of Fortune, it's about you changing your behavior within the relationship to not do the same thing you always do, all right? Do not be super judgy, all right? The card here is telling me this is the Judgment card. Being super judgy will block you, okay? So if you have any major judgments about your partner right now, shh, don't talk about it. It ain't going to help at all, okay? That's going to be a real no, all right? That's a big no. Don't do that. That will be a problem, all right? But your solution is maybe a little time alone, all right? If you can't keep it to yourself, you're going to need to go be by yourself, all right? This is the Hermit card, and I'm smiling here because I understand that sometimes if we can't keep ourselves from sabotaging ourselves, we need to take a time out, all right? Okay. You see somebody putting on an outfit that looks not great, and you don't want to say it doesn't look great, but you're like, I'm gonna go play video games later, and you leave the room so you don't have to get caught up in that situation, because you're gonna get the question, how do I look, right? And be careful. So just don't say anything, leave the room, okay? I'm just saying, this is a moment when you can save yourself. And if perchance she follows you into the room, what do you think? Right on. Have a good time. That's it. That's all you got to say. Okay? You don't have to say, oh, but you look like a cupcake, or any of the things that are going through your mind. Do not say that. Do not say that. Just say, right on. Have a good time. And that's it. You don't have to be all fancy with lots of words. I'm trying to save your marriage here, okay? Same goes for the ladies. He's going to look like whatever he's going to look like. Oh, well, have a good time. And that's it. All right. There you go. So let's talk about this area, which is all about releasing and the Death card, where it shows the gift of finance, meaning that there might be, in some ways, an abundance of something, which truly means that you are going to be looking at what you have too much of. I feel like there's something in your life that you may have too much of, and I'm not talking about, it is something else where you want to appreciate the amount of things you have, or stuff, or whatever, and then sort of figure out what you can do without, right? What will block you? The Empress, collecting more stuff. Even asking the universe for more stuff is going to get you in more trouble. So we want you to work on decluttering. Stay away from acquiring more stuff, all right? And the Nine of Coins is here, the Nine of Pentacles is here saying you will get paid. There's good money to be made by selling your stuff. So do feel free to sell some of that stuff. You can sell it. Yay! There will be profit to be made. And when you do get that profit, you can use it for something you need to do. All right? Oh, maybe some of this stuff over here. Cool. Now we're going to talk about travel and movement and growth. All right? We have new information that will be empowering for you. Ways to be more empowered in this area. I remember you got information over here that was empowering for you and it opened up a doorway, right? That was in the work, but that can also talk about movement, right? So very cool. These are cross-pollinating here. Nice. So yes, you have new information about possible movement and more power coming to you. Yeah, the Queen of Swords is here telling me that there's a lady who likes to be in charge of things and is very particular about things. She likes things done a certain way. She will probably be standing in your way of getting there. Not unlike you had the King of Pentacles over here, and now you have the Queen of Swords standing in your way. Interesting to have so many people that want to stay in control of things or keep things the way they are, and they don't want any new blood wandering into this situation. Interesting. So let us now look at the solution here, and that is to remember lessons from past situations and relationships, okay? So we know that we did things wrong in the past, and we know we can do things right this time. So let's try doing it the right way this time. And that means when you approach these people or when these people are around, we don't need to overreact to them, right? You don't need to overreact to what she's saying. She's going to say what she wants to say based on what she knows. It doesn't mean she knows what's going on with you. And that's okay. But you don't have to get into a fight with her either, all right? So try not to get into a fight with her. Remember the lessons you've learned in the past and apply those as you go, all right? Now then, let us talk about the ambition department, all right? We're talking about the things that get you up in the morning, the coffee. What's your cup of coffee in the morning, all right? We have Two of Cups. Two of Cups. We have, this can be your marriage. This can be your relationships. This can be your partnership at work. This can be other opportunities that are two minds getting together and working very well together in a situation, okay? So it doesn't have to be a relationship. It can very easily be just a flirtation and also a partner at work. So a coworker that you work with real closely is going to be somebody that will come up in the mix. You're like, hey, I really like that cup of coffee we have in the morning together. The time we spend together in the morning is good for us. We work it out. The Seven of Wands is what's blocking you. So we have the Seven of Wands. Yay! Standing up for your ideas and making a point of your ideas being heard at this time is going to be a block to the camaraderie within the group. So maybe you just sort of hang out in the group mindset right here. So I feel like certainly sharing that you're trying to find ways and means to move up isn't something you want to share, or that you found new information about ways to get more power. You're not going to share that either, okay? So keep those things to yourself at this time. Certainly don't share them with your partner, who will feel somewhat left behind or probably try and take advantage of that opportunity. Because right now your dreams and goals are what you can share about. Your partner can know what your dreams and goals are and where you want to go and how you want to get there. And that is going to be where the expansion within the relationship comes from, okay? That's going to be how you want to handle your ambition, is staying focused. Maybe they'll have new information that will help you about that, all right? Now then, let's talk about your friends. All the posse, the people that come around you and hang out with you and what they're bringing to the table. Interesting, we were talking about how with the Ten of Wands, this is the Ten of Wands, you are feeling a little bit like, no, I don't want to, I'm not really feeling it with this group right now. But you have many groups. Number one, to remember, you have many groups. You don't have to worry about that. You will have other groups that you can hang out with, but you're just pulling back a little bit from this one group, okay? This one group is like, okay, I need a space. So you're going to pull back a little bit. They're not quite doing what you want to be doing, so you're going to be like, okay, let's take a break. And that's cool. New information about something that you care about. This is the Page of Cups. And the Page of Cups is showing me that you're getting new information about something you care about. So new information about what's going on with your friends. Maybe this one particular friend group is worried about so-and-so's mom, and you didn't know about so-and-so's mom, and so everybody's like tripping out and worried about that, but they haven't really talked about it. They're just letting it hang in the air. And because they haven't talked about it, you're like, what? But of course, this information simply blocks you because they don't share it with you. They didn't share with you. You found out this information that they didn't share with you. And now you're feeling left out of that conversation and feeling like, what? Why am I not included? Why am I apart from in this situation? Which makes you want to walk away even more. But it's interesting because your solution is the Seven of Pentacles, showing that you have enough love in your heart, you have enough other friends, you have enough abundance, period, that this little group may or may not matter that much. So you can afford technically to not have them in your life, but it doesn't mean that you should immediately run away, right? So I feel like you should monitor the situation with these people. Figure out what their modus operandi is, what's going on, and why are they sharing this stuff with you? Why do you feel on the outs? And then figure out how you want to proceed, right? Because you can and you should communicate with them and say, what the hell, bro? Why aren't you talking to me? All right? So that's cool. Let's talk now about the unknown department, all right? We're talking about the devil showing up. You are in a potential situation where you could be sabotaging yourself in certain areas. We were talking about an area here where you could sabotage yourself inside your noggin. You are possibly going to sabotage yourself at work, over here, in the movement and the travel department. And so yeah, and even over here, you're going to do fine there. Communication's all right. Yeah. So you have a few places where you can totally sabotage yourself. Oh, right. And in your relationship, so be careful there. Definitely don't do that. Okay? Cool. Now, the area where you're blocked, the spontaneous movement situation will block you. Okay? So in any area where things are sketchy, don't do spontaneous movement. Okay? Meaning jumping in, this is the Fool card saying, I'm going to run off and do this thing, la la. So we don't want to do that. We don't want to do spontaneous movement around the Queen of Swords. We don't want to do spontaneous movement around the King of Pentacles. And when you're trying to use good judgment, your judgment is off, right? It's blocking you. So go stay by yourself. But don't run away quickly. This is a slow, easy move away from your person at a nice, normal pace. Okay, if you can move at a nice, normal pace instead of jumping to go be by yourselves before you get into a pickle, that would be better. Okay, so don't jump off into anything. No sudden moves this week. Okay, just no sudden moves. All right, and now as a result of this, in the unknown department, we have your solution is the Page of Wands. So you definitely have new information coming to you about something you need to learn. Perfect. So you're going to learn stuff about money. You're going to learn stuff about yourself. You're going to learn stuff about work. You're going to stuff about your relationship. You're going to be learning how better to handle that situation over there, and even with your partner at work. All right. So be aware of that and pay attention. Okay. There's a lot of information here. I know. I hope that this was helpful, and it isn't too complicated. If you find that it's too complicated or whatever, please comment below and let me know how it suits you or doesn't suit you. I really appreciate any input you have. It's good, and it will help me better serve you, all right? I am not set on this forever and ever. I am certainly set on this for now. But we will talk next week. I do hope that you like these readings and that you will like and subscribe and even share. If you haven't already, I appreciate it so much. It's just a tiny little thing and it's completely free. And I would love to talk to you next week for the 6th through the 12th. And we will see you then, Scorpio. Thank you so much.